Hi, I'm Meghana Tyagi and I've been working as a school counsellor at the East Point School. I have an experience of roughly 9 years with them. Students come up to me with various queries related to their personal life, academics. During this entire process of helping students reach conclusive choice about their careers, right, I have realized that many of them have a lot of confusion and dilemma in their minds, right? They're not very clear about what they want to do. Some of them are not even sure about what streams they should opt for during their school years. And many of them go with the herd mentality, where everybody else is going, I need to follow that, without understanding that it may not suit their expectations, their personality and their interest. Second is fulfilling their parents' desires, right? Parents in today's time are just not an authoritative figure, right? They need to be facilitators. They need to help the child choose a career for himself which is very satisfying and fulfilling, instead of imposing their own decisions on the child or putting a burden on them by asking them to do what they feel is good for them. They should understand what the child wants to do, what is he basically interested in, what he loves to do, and then help them make a very well-informed choice which is going to be fruitful for the child in the future. In Indian society, there is something which is called like market trend. Most of the students will opt for something which is very in these days. Supposedly, these days, a lot of people are doing BBA, so most of them would just go and do BBA. There is a trend towards doing fashion designing for girls, right? So many of them would just opt for designing courses. Basically, the selection of a stream depends upon the prevailing circumstances in a particular industry at that point of time. The parents don't understand that the choice which they make, depending upon the prevailing circumstances in the market, may not be constant. They might change after some time. There was a time, when every student would aim at doing engineering and medical, a science student, right? But now things are changing, right? They are deviating from these conservative fields also. They are choosing careers which are offbeat careers. Recent research said that in Indian society, approximately 82% of parents are still making decisions as to which career the child should choose, which is definitely not something which is acceptable in the present day scenario. With the constant changing educational environment in the society at present, children need to be updated with the latest, right? So gone are the days when something was in, and if parents consider that to be in at present also, that's not a very advisable thing. Your ideas were existing in your times. Now the ideas are changing. So they should give the child the freedom enough, right, to make their own choices. And then let them explore that choice. Even if the child fails, right, even if the child falls down, right, let it be a learning experience. Give him the power to stand up, collect himself back again, and then move on. I think 30% of my students have actually surprised me with the kind of courage that they have shown, in following their dreams. They've been very clear about what they want to do. Luckily, they were supported by their parents, right? Even if there was some confusion, there was a time when they came to a common conclusion, understanding that this is the need for the child right now and they should let the child do what he or she is interested in. It is beneficial for both the parties. Parents need to understand that the child himself is an individual who has, all the liberty to make his own choice. If you respect that choice, you earn respect from the child. Otherwise, your child will live his or her own life thinking that, okay, fine, my parents didn't understand me at the time where I wanted their major support, which can complicate things further in a parent-child relationship. If you do something which is an online assessment, right, there you're not in direct connection or interaction with a human being, right? All you are assessing and analyzing is the person's responses which are given online, right? There's no human connection there. So I'm sure this is going to be more objective. This is going to be more accurate because it is completely dependent on the responses provided by the informer. So I feel it's going to be a more objective and reliable assessment of the child's abilities, interest and aptitude to do better in a particular field. If they are able to test this on a larger group of people and it turns out to be an accurate prediction of their future course of career options, I'm sure this app or this software will definitely benefit a lot number of students. Another thing which I'm hoping from them is that they do not give general, solutions actually. Okay, fine, these are your responses. You seem to have a lot of scientific intellect in you, so you basically go into a field related to science, or you do engineering, or maybe you go for microbiology or biotechnology or food technology. What is needed today is that children should be able to explore the micro specializations under these general fields. It should be very specific, that suits the child's needs, personality, interest and abilities. So if something like this comes up, I'm sure it's going to help a lot of students, it's going to help a lot of parents and teachers as well. Our children will be able to make much more well-informed, correct choices. They will be able to pursue a career which they're actually interested to do and they would love to do, because definitely if you love what you're doing, it takes you to a much more meaningful and successful life. So something like this coming up in the market will definitely be a boon to many people there. Career planning is basically a choice, it's not a discovery. It is not like a miracle which is going to happen suddenly. There are certain scientific steps, which needs to be followed one after the other. So in case they have any confusion, right, they should definitely get in touch with a resource person who should be able to help them out. And every child needs to understand that talents is something, which is very common. Aptitude everybody has for something or the other. Interest is something, which every child has for something or the other. But what is uncommon is the courage to pursue your talents. What is uncommon is the courage to pursue your talent where they actually lead you to a final destination which you should be proud of in your life. So, there's one saying, dare to dream, reach out to the sky, because no goal is too far and no star is too high. So I think that's final advice which I would like to give to every student. And I hope they're motivated and encouraged by their teachers and parents to make right choices as far as career planning is concerned.